Hello everybody, John here from the esports department, going over tonight's two-game LPL slate. Nice and simple, two games for a Monday morning. I kind of like these days, nice and easy breakdowns. This is a very funny slate, just because we're dealing with possibly the four worst teams. I mean, I guess one of them has kind of come up this season, but among the four worst teams in the league in general. So it's going to be a lot of fun trying to make GPP lineups with these teams, I think. We have Victory 5 at minus 140. They're 0-5 on the season. Up against Rogue Warriors at plus 110. They are 0-5 on the season. Against winning teams, Victory 5 is 0-4. Rogue Warriors is 0-3. And this is a very comparable matchup. 1577 for Rogue Warriors, 1581 for Victory 5. Minus 357 to minus 376. First Blood and First Turret, much better for Victory 5, 45-27 to 18-9. And Dragon percentages are 31 to 23 in favor of Victory 5 as well. So basically very slight advantages to Victory 5 everywhere. Both the teams are very bad. Both of their kill per wins are very high, 23 and 22. Both their deaths per losses are pretty reasonable at 17.4 and 17.9. Reasonably bloody matchup. Rogue Warriors going to Betty in this series at 80 carry. It does feel to me, natural instinct is that Rogue Warriors is actually probably the favorite in this matchup. I tried to think about it earlier, like going through positionally. 89-17 and Invincible, neither one of them has had a really big season so far. PZX and Ice Coke, I think PZX has probably been a little bit better this season than Ice Coke. Uniboy, I think, has been a little bit better than Forge, but the bot lane, I think Betty is better than Kepler, and I think that Chocho is better. What's going on here? They have the wrong team. Unfortunate wrong team issue that I'm going to have to fix there. But I do think that Rogue Warriors has the better bot lane. I think the top lane's kind of a wash, and then jungle mid does feel like it probably goes to Victory 5, but it's a very close matchup. It's going to be pretty hard to dictate which side you want to be on. Going with the minus 140 favorites in cash seems fine. But I think this is a very close matchup. On the other match, we have OMG against TT. OMG's minus 285 on the year, or minus 285 in the matchup, 3-2 on the year. TT is plus 210 and 1-5 on the year. Against winning teams, OMG is 0-1, so that's worth noting. They've played 5 matches, but they've only played against one winning team so far, and they are 0-1 against them. TT is 0-5 against winning teams, so a much tougher schedule for TT. And I think this matchup is actually very, very interesting. Let's do the same thing with these two. In the top lane, honestly, probably Longji. New has been pretty decent this season, but Longji has actually kind of had standout performances this year, considering, he was one of the best top laners in the league a few years ago. He's had a few splits where he was very mediocre. So far this season, I think he's been standout. I think he's been very good. In the jungle, I think Xiaopeng is definitely better than Aki. Xiaopeng has also been a complete standout for TT. In the mid lane, it's definitely Cream. Cream, a young superstar in the making here on OMG, at least so far this season. He's been an absolute monster, so huge advantage for OMG there. And then in the bot lane, it's Abel and Cold against Sam D and Pudding. Probably advantage to OMG. Sam D has not been nearly as good this season as he was in the past. Abel and Cold have had a kind of very resurgent performance this year, considering Cold was at the point where I was almost ready to write him off coming into this season, and he's really stepped back up. So it's pretty close. I mean, TT with the top jungle, OMG with the bottom 3 pieces of the map. I think 285 is a little ridiculous for OMG here, but I do think OMG is the favorite. Statistically, it's worth noting that OMG has a couple more wins and has played a much softer schedule of competition, but they are 1755 to 1672. Minus 42 to minus 232. Both teams actually with pretty reasonable first bloods. First turret an advantage to TT, and a dragon percentage they're almost the same. So this is a closer matchup than I think people are going to give it. OMG is kind of the new hotness right now, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see them. I do have them down here as the highest owned team on the slate. I think TT is worth your time. If you're playing a bigger field GPP, or even a decent-sized field GPP, I think TT is worth your time. I think they could definitely win this match. They've had a very tough schedule. Xiaopeng and Longji have looked very, very good. I think it's worth your time to consider them in this matchup, as amazing as Cream has looked so far for OMG. And I did make Rogue Warriors the second highest owned team despite being the underdog. I really think they have so many fans out there. People just want to play Rogue Warriors. And I definitely think that there might be more Rogue Warriors ownership than Victory 5. That said, let's quickly look real quick because I want to see. I definitely think OMG will be the most popular team. I want to see when you pair them with Rogue Warriors and when you pair them. So you can get Cream Captain with 4 OMG. You can get Cream Captain with 3 OMG, but not 4. I think that people are going to want to play Rogue Warriors is really what's sticking out to me. I think that's what people are going to do. And I think you might be able to get a good deal on Victory 5 in this spot. I think they might be under-owned relative to what they should be considering. I think like tournament-wise, I think Double Dogs makes a lot of sense. TT and Victory 5 is a lineup setup that is probably going to be, it's going to be as low-owned as you can get, I think. And I think they both have very reasonable chances to win. I mean, Victory 5 is the favorite. If you want to play double dogs, you'd have to go TT Rogue Warriors. But I think like double ownership dogs, I think would be TT and Victory 5. And I think that's a lineup you're definitely going to see me playing because I think those teams have very reasonable shots to win. So for cash, it would be OMG and Victory 5. And we were just looking at that. We can get a Cream 3-3. Just trying to see if there's a cheaper OMG player anywhere. Let's see, it's a 200 gap. Oh, it won't play, that's why. 52 for reheal, so there's a 400 gap. So if you played, hold on, let's just put Victory 5 in here for a second so that we can, or Rogue Warriors in here for a second so that we can get access to reheal. If we do that, does that 400 give us enough to make 2 upgrades? We already have Cream and Uniboy. We would be able to get the upgrade to Aki. We can also upgrade to New. So if you play Reheal... Wait. Oh yeah, we only need to make 1 of those upgrades. You make that upgrade, you can go to Victory 5 anywhere you want, I think. So probably Invincible. And you could play it like this. This, I think, makes the most sense. 618, about 617.9. I think I would go with this version if you're going to play these 2 teams in cash, which I will. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Cream Captain for OMG with Uniboy and Invincible. Not much else to say on this slate. This is a wide open slate, man. Whatever you want to play in GPPs is completely legit. There's no team in here that I would really counsel you away from playing. I like the double dogs in big fields. I like TT in general. I think is probably going to be the most undervalued team on the slate. And I think Rogue Warriors is probably going to be the most overvalued team on the slate relative to their chances to win and chances to score. So get yourself some Victory 5. Get yourself some TT. I don't have any problem with like an OMG Victory 5. No problems with that. Just try to be a little weird in the GPPs. I think Rogue Warriors is the team that I'm least interested in playing, just from their general ownerships, my expectation of their ownerships. That will be all for today, guys. A short video just to get this 2-game slate on the road for you. Hit me up as per usual if you have any questions, and I will talk to everybody later. Have a good one, guys.